Alright guys, so we're going to go over the review lesson now. Remember that you are allowed to use a calculator for these. So remember that when we have a number in parentheses, that is my input, and I'm always going to input it for x. So everywhere in the problem, I need to replace x with the number 3. So I'm going to get f of 3 equals 3 times 3 squared plus 8. If you have a calculator, you can plug in your calculator just like this if you downloaded the Desmos free test mode calculator, where you can use parentheses and everything. If not, you'll have to work it out by hand. So then we'd have f of 3 equals 3 times 3 squared is 9 plus 8. F of 3 equals 3 times 9 is 27 plus 8. Therefore, f of 3 equals 35. Number 2, evaluate g of negative 3 for the graph of g of h to the left. So again, when it's in parentheses, it's my input, which means x. So this tells me to go to the x-axis, and I'm going to go to negative 3. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3 would be here. And I'm going to look for my y values. So when I look down, there's nothing there. When I look up, I hit a point right here, and that point is at positive 1, 2, and then nothing else above it. So my answer then is 2. They gave me the x coordinate, negative 3. I need to give them the y. So this point is at negative 3, 2. Number 3, evaluate y of 2 when y of x equals 2.1x squared plus 8x. So again, we have y of 2, which means we're going to input 2 in place of x. So now I have y of 2 equals 2.1. As soon as I see x, parentheses, and input 2 squared plus 8. There's another x, so I input 2. So then, next line down, I'm going to say 2.1 times, we always do exponents first, so 2 squared is 4, plus 8 times 2 is 16. Then I just need to multiply 2.1 times 4. I'm going to I'm running out of space, so I'm going to move up here. Y of 2 equals 2.1 times 4 is 8.4, plus 16 gives me 24.4. And again, if you have the right kind of calculator, you can plug this whole thing in to get your answer. Number 4. Again, calculator would be helpful for this one for typing in a fraction. What is f of 1/3 for the function? So again, my input, so I'm going to say f of q equals, and then as soon as I hit the q here, I'm going to put in 1/3 squared minus 2 times 1/3. So I'm going to have f of q equals 1/3 squared means 1/3 times 1/3, which is 1/9, minus 2 times 1/3, so that'd be 2 times 1/3 equals 2/6. So now I have 1/9 minus 2/6, which I'm going to have to get common denominators for. So 1/9 and 2/6. Smallest number they both go into is 18. I had to multiply 9 by 2 to get 18, so 2 times 1 is 2. I had to multiply 6 by 3 to get 18, so 2 times 3 is 6. We got 2 minus 6 is negative 4. Sorry, negative 4 over 18, which then simplifies to negative 2/9. Value f of negative 1. So this is my input. I'm putting it everywhere I see a g in this problem. So I'm going to have f of g equals 1/2 g squared plus 4 g. F of g equals be 1/2 times -1 squared. -1 times -1 is 1. And then 4 times -4 is -4. So f of g equals 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. I get 1/2 minus 4. So 1/2 minus 4 is going to give me -3.5 or -3.5. Find g of 6. So again, I'm going to input 6. G of 6 equals 1/3 times 6 squared plus 2 times 6 plus 5. Notice these problems are slightly more challenging, just to up the rigor just a little bit for you, but same process. Excuse me. So then we get g of 6 equals, so down here I had 6 squared, so I've got 1/3 times 6 squared. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 2 times 6 is 12, plus 5. So now I have 1/3 of 36, which is basically saying 36 divided by 3, which would be 12, plus 12, plus 5. Add it all together. 12 and 12 is 24, plus 5 more is 29. Alright, changing up the problem type here. If b of x equals 35, then what does x equal? Okay, so we're finding x now. We don't know what x is because it says, what does x equal? So I can't input for x if I don't know what it is. Instead, it's telling me that b of x is 35, which means I can replace b of x with 35, and then I'm going to solve the equation. So I'll rewrite it up here. 35 equals 3x minus 7. Add 7 to both sides. We get 42 equals 3x. Divide both sides by 3. And I get x equals 14. Okay, so again, on this one, we were finding x, not plugging in for x. What is f of -1/2 when f of m equals -8m plus 16m minus 10? So I'm going to rewrite my equation down here at the bottom. -8, as soon as I see m, -1/2 plus 16 times -1/2 minus 10. Alright, so I'm going to work it all out up here. F of m equals, so the first thing I have is a -8 times a -1/2. Half of 8 is 4, and negative times negative makes positive. Then I've got 16 times a -1/2. 16, positive times negative makes negative, and then half of 16 is 8, and then minus 10. Remember with integers, same sign, you add and keep the sign, so -8 and -10 makes -18 plus 4. Then different sign subtract, 18 minus 4 is 14, keep the sign of the larger number. So I get -14. Number 9, if h of x equals 64, what does x equal? So again, I'm not inputting, I'm finding x. Okay, finding x. So I have 64 equals 6x minus 8. Add 8 to both sides. Gives me 72 equals 6x. And divide by 6. And x is going to equal 12. Number 10, another graph. What is the value for f of -1? So again, it's the input, which is x. So I'm going to go to the x-axis, and I'm going to go over to -1. So that's right here. I'm going to look down, and there's nothing. Then I'm going to look up. It's kind of hard to see, but you've got, it's in the corner right there, which matches up to 5. So my answer is 5. All right, number 11, find the value of x. So again, we're finding x now when h of x equals 3. So when it says h of a number, and that's our input, and we put it in for x. When it says h of x equals 3, that's similar to it saying y equals 3. So for this one, we're going to go on the y-axis to 3, which is here. We're going to find our x value. Okay, so I need to look both ways. So when I look this direction, I hit a point here. When I look this direction, I hit a point here. So I need to know what those x's are. So that's -3 and +3. Okay, -3 and +3. And I believe this is the last one. A penny is dropped from the top of a building to the ground. The function h of t equals -16t squared plus 123t plus 3,470 describes the height in feet of the penny t seconds after it is dropped. What is the height of the penny after 8 seconds? So all you need to be able to do for this one is plug in, but you definitely need a good calculator for this one. So it tells us t is seconds, and they gave us 8 seconds. That means everywhere I see a t, I'm going to put in 8. I'm saying I have h of 8 equals -16t squared plus 123t plus 3,470. So I can put it all in my calculator at once, which is what I'm doing, even though you guys can't see me. I'm using the Desmos test mode calculator. Plus 123 parentheses 8 plus 3,470. And you get 3,430 feet. Okay, this concludes the video for your review. You will have a graded review that you'll do on your own tomorrow and a mini quiz on Thursday. Have a great day.